In this video, we're going to be looking at section 2.8.2, unit conversion. Our essential question is going to be, how do I convert from one unit of measurement to another? So how do I convert from one unit of measurement to another? And what that's simply asking is, how am I going to convert from feet to meters? How am I going to convert from miles per hour to feet per second? And other examples such as that. So first we'll need some vocabulary. Units are the standard by which I measure. And that's really just a fancy way of saying if I'm measuring in length, it's feet, or inches, or meters. So some examples. So some examples might be length is measured in inches, or feet, or meters. Another example might be weight. Weight is measured in pounds, ounces, or grams. Maybe we're talking about volume. Where volume is measured in cups, gallons, liters. So there's some examples of different ideas, length, weight, and volume, and the unit in which we measure them. The unit for length is inches, feet, or meters. The unit for weight would be pounds, ounces, or grams. The unit for volumes could be cups, gallons, or liters. And there's much more than those, but those are just examples. So now when we're talking about unit conversion, we're talking about switching from inches to meters. Or maybe I need to switch from grams to ounces. Or maybe I need to switch from gallons to cups. So that's what the converting is. I'm converting kind of within an idea. So unit conversion is the idea of converting from one type of unit to another similar type of unit. And what I mean by similar is they have to both be lengths. They have to both be weights. They have to both be volumes. It's the only way I can convert if they're similar in that aspect. So some examples of that idea is I can convert feet to meters. I can convert feet to meters. They are similar. I cannot convert pounds to liters. So I can convert feet to meters, but I cannot convert pounds to liters. These are different. One is a weight, one's a volume. Can't convert different ideas, just within the same idea. Okay, so let's look at how we're going to actually do that converting. So I'm going to flip over and do my examples and the steps on the other side. Okay. How to convert units. So we're going to write out this process, and then as we get better, we will be able to kind of like slim down our steps or write it all in kind of one nice smooth place. So I'm going to write down the process. It's going to take up some space, but we're going to be able to do this. So what I want to do is I'm going to kind of have two sides. On this side, on my left-hand side, I'm going to put the steps, and on the right-hand side, we'll have a problem that goes along with the steps. So the problem I'm going to be working on is convert 5 feet to meters. And what we'll need to know is that 1 meter is equal to 3.3 feet. So we'll need to know that information to be able to do this. So this is our problem, and here are going to be our steps. Step 1 is I want to write the units. I'm going to write the units I am starting with. So I'm starting with 5 feet. So I write the units I'm starting with. Then I'm going to leave some space. Write an equal sign. So I'm going to leave some space. Then I'll write an equal sign. Then write the units I'm converting to. So after my equal sign, I'll write, well, I'm converting 5 feet to meters, so I'm going to write meters. And this will always be multiplication. So I'll write the units I'm starting with. I'm starting with 5 feet. I'm going to leave some space, write an equal sign, then write the units I'm converting to. Converting 5 feet, space, to meters. Okay, step 2. Fill in the space with conversion ratios ratios just being fractions. So the units cancel. And we have to remember that top cancels bottom. That's really important. That's how we're going to decide where our units go. So I'm going to bring everything down. I have my 5 feet over 1 times, bringing down my equal sign and what I'm converting to. And I'm going to create another ratio. I'm going to create a conversion ratio. So here's my conversion ratio that I'm building. And I'm going to convert feet to meters. But if I want to be able to cancel out feet, and top cancels bottom, that means I need to put feet on the bottom, and I'm going to put my meters on top. So now my feet will cancel, and then once those cancel, I'm left with meters where I want it, on the top. Step 3, fill in with known or given conversion values. So I am bringing my 5 feet over 1 times. Now it's time for me to fill in. This is what we did in our last step, just rewriting that part. Now I'm going to fill in with my known or given conversion values. So here's my conversion values that are given to me. 1 meter is equal to 3.3 feet. So I'm going to have 1 meter, so I can put a 1 next to the meter. And then I have 3.3 feet, so I can put 3.3 feet. Then I have my final step, which is simplify. So to simplify, I'm just going to write, copying everything down now that I've done so far. So I have my 5 feet over 1 times 1 meter over 3.3 feet is equal to blank meters. Let's see what happens when we simplify. Well, first I'm going to notice that my feet cancel my feet, so I'm happy about that. I got rid of my feet, and now I'm left with just meters, which is what I was hoping for. Now we're multiplying fractions, so I'll multiply the top times the top. 5 times 1 is 5. And then I'll multiply the bottoms together. 1 times 3.3 is 3.3. My feet canceled, so there's no unit down here. I only have meters across the top. And now to finish simplifying, I divide. 5 divided by 3.3. And I get 1.5. So this would equal 1.5 meters. So those are the steps. We did a lot more writing, but I just try to clearly lay it out. Now I'm going to show you how you can do this on a problem, but you don't have to do all of this. You won't have to do as much writing. So let's look at a more complicated example, and then we'll be done with these notes. So for this problem, we will convert 20 miles per hour to feet per second. This is my example. I'll give you some conversion values. So first we need to know how many feet are in a mile. So I can say that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. We can also convert seconds to hours, but we can use what we know. And what I know is that there are 60, I'm going to convert hours, so we can say there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. And then we can say there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. And we're going to use all three of these. So I'm just going to follow the steps. First thing I'm going to do is write my units that I'm starting with, leave some space, then write an equal sign and the units that I'm trying to end with. So I'm going to write my units that I'm starting with. I'm starting with 20 miles per 1 hour. So I'm going to do 20 miles per 1 hour. I'm going to leave some space, and since it looks like I'm doing a lot of converting, I'm going to leave a lot of space. Then I'm going to put my equal sign, and I'm going to write what I'm trying to convert to, feet per second. So now I'm going to do my feet per second. Next, I'm going to kind of build my map. It's almost like a road map that gets us from miles per hour to feet per second. So now this is where I fill in my space with conversion ratios so the units cancel. Remember, top cancels bottom. So I'm going to fill in my space so I can cancel my units. So I need to get rid of miles, so miles go on the bottom. And I'm converting miles to feet, so I'll put feet on top. That'll take care. Now look, my miles will cancel, and then my feet are on top. So I feel pretty happy about that conversion. Now let's convert hours to seconds. Well, I can't jump straight to seconds, so I'm going to have to do it one step at a time. First, I can convert hours to minutes. So I'm going to put right here. I want to get rid of hours. I'm going to put minutes on the bottom. Top cancels bottom. And I'm going to do the same one more time to convert minutes to seconds. So I'll put minutes on top and convert it to seconds. And now my minutes cancel. So hours will cancel, minutes will cancel, and I'm left with seconds on the bottom. So we filled in the space with our conversion ratio so that our units cancel. Now we're going to fill in with our known or given conversion values. This is where we plug in the numbers. So I'm going to take my numbers. I know that 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. So I'll put my 5,280 feet right there. And I got my 1 mile, like so. Now I can do my hours to minutes. So I know that in 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. And now I can do my minutes to seconds. So I know in 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. Now that we have everything set up, we can simplify, multiplying across the bottom. I'm going to use my handy dandy calculator to do this. And when I do so, multiplying the 20 times 5,280, I get 105,600. Remember, I'm using a calculator to do this. And when I do 60 times 60, I'm getting 3,600. I'll use my calculator one last time to do my division. And what this will equal is 29.3 feet per second. So that's how we can use ratios to help us solve and convert units. This is a very important skill because depending on what you're talking about, you might want to talk about miles per hour or feet per second, and it's important to be able to convert between the two. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.